Buonasera from Cagliari in Sardinia, and welcome to the fifth and final regatta of this year's Audi MedCup Series. This is the virtual view of this ancient port, gateway to the island for centuries, steeped in history like all the MedCup venues. We've arrived here in Cagliari after 4 regattas, first at Cascais in Portugal, then Marseille in France, Barcelona in Spain, and then Spain again in Cartagena, each with its own special history and special character. Not least the grandstand views from the beaches of the action in these amazing ports around the Mediterranean. Here's the race village in Cagliari, centre of the action for what is the final event here in this series. Full of action it's been, compelling action, and here's the fleet that's given it to us. The series leader, Emirates Team New Zealand, leading the 52 series, and we'll be seeing the skipper there, Dean Barker, champion skipper for this champion series. So welcome to Cagliari here on this gorgeous evening, and with me this evening we've got Jochen Schumann. He's here for a reason, of course. He's the skipper of Audi A4 All for One, and he's here because he's had a particularly good day and sits at the top of the leaderboard with Emirates Team New Zealand, and a great day for you, Jochen.
Yes, we're very happy. Whenever we are on eye level with Team New Zealand, we feel very happy. It was a good day for us to start in that series here.
Okay, we're going to look at the whole story of how we got there, but the story of how we got here today is a story of 4 regattas that have all been closely contested, all had different results, and this is the story of the Audi MedCup regattas so far up to Cagliari. Emirates Team New Zealand fired out of the blocks at the first event in Portugal, winning by 20 points from the French-German team Audi A1, powered by All for One. It was a clear signal that the 2009 Audi MedCup winners had lost none of their form nor their fire. Newcomers Team Origin, the British team sailing the only new boat to launch in 2010, had a promising start, only to fade to 5th at the end of their first event on the circuit. But in Marseille, the tables were turned as 2008 winners Quantum Racing prevailed in an event curtailed by extreme weather conditions. The good news for those hoping for a close-fought 2010 season was that the Argentinian Matador team were on form in second, with Team New Zealand down to 4th. And in Barcelona, the Kiwis were pipped in the final moments as the Swedish Artemis powered past to beat them with Quantum Racing in 4th. But at round 4 in Cartagena, normal service resumed as Emirates Team New Zealand marched away, Matador scoring their second of the season. Team Origin started well until gear damage ended their chances in the coastal race. Okay, so the scoreboard after the first 4 events, Emirates Team New Zealand sitting at the top with Quantum Racing, Matador, and down there in 7th place, Audi A4 powered by All for One. Not a comfortable place, not quite realising the potential at that stage, but we're going to see something an awful lot better for today. But first of all, we're going to go into the highlights from race 1, the opening race of this regatta here in Cagliari, which is where the series, really the series finale for this. Okay, race 1 today, and it was after we'd had a bit of a postponement, we finally got some action, and they'd said that they kept the crew ashore for a while. This was the way that the start went, Quantum looking good off the line here, but really the significant action was on the far end of the line. The big fight obviously at the top of the board is between the turquoise and the red and black there, Emirates Team New Zealand and Quantum. But the real advantage coming off the line here lay with Bribon, who had decided that they were going to go out and punch out to the left-hand side, which is where they thought the action was going to be. Audi All for One here. What were your theories here at the moment, Jochen?
We tried to start also at the pin end with Bribon. But unfortunately we had a mechanical error there. We broke one of our winch chains. So we got delayed there for a little bit, and that means we lost our position and had to go right initially. But then we tried from the right to go all the way left again, which we nearly achieved, and were, I think, in 4th or 5th position at the top mark, which was good for that race.
Okay, running down here, Bribon absolutely in control of this race. We do often say that the rich get richer. The surprise here also, though, was that Christabella were in 2nd spot, but this was very much Bribon's race. Ian Walker calling tactics off the back, and he decided that you punched out to the left, and that's where he went. And then round the mark, we got Artemis coming in here, and then Quantum. Emirates Team New Zealand, really, they were getting pretty much buried at the back of the pack. It was not looking good for them at all, but it was looking very good indeed for Bribon.
Yeah, it was always the left-hand side favored, and as long as the boats went first to the left, they got richer, as you said. So when you're once in the lead, actually it was relatively easy to defend your lead.
Well, this has been the story of the racing so far, and we're particularly going to see that in the second race with Jochen shortly. But this, at the moment, was Bribon's race, absolutely in control of it. Lovely win for the Spanish boat. Amazing, considering this is way the oldest boat in the fleet, and yet they still managed to eke out this sort of performance, which I suppose in some ways says a lot about these boats, that each boat can have its day.
Exactly, I think that's a big advantage of that Audi MedCup here, the leading regatta circuit, that older and newer boats and all teams have a chance of winning here. Bribon crossing the line first.
Bribon winning here, going in really nicely to take that lead, and let's have a look at the scoreboard. So that puts Bribon up at the first, then Matador, Artemis, a nice result for them. Christabella knocked back down to 4th, but there you are sitting 5th. How did you feel about that result for the first race?
5th was good there. We were very tight with the boats chasing us, with Team New Zealand, with Synergy, and there was Origin. So we crossed within only 2 seconds, like 4 or 5 boats crossed the finishing line, and we just finished in 5th there, close to 4th, but also in a risk to become 8th like Team New Zealand.
Well, you escaped there nicely, but really the story of your day that you're going to enjoy most is this second race now, which is it's a bit of an Audi benefit really, but let's watch the action and get you to talk us through it, because really, as ever, the start is so crucial, and you had a cracker.
Yeah, we started at the lower end of the line and had a good gap to leeward, and we managed actually to keep our lane there clean and keep the boats to leeward under control. They could not tack until we basically opened the fleet with our own tack, and we could lay straight away towards the top mark.
Now, for a while, Quantum looked like they might be threatening you, but you kept them at bay. Was that just clever positioning?
Clever positioning, and it was also the characteristic of the day that the left-hand side was paying. Whenever you have been left of your opponent, you gained a little bit on the right-hand boat.
And you were talking before about being able to control the race once you were in front, and it being, well, I mean, nothing's relatively easy because these boats are tight, but relatively easy.
The tricky part actually has been all the downwinds all day long, because we sailed into a transition zone towards the gate where the next upwind started, where it was a big wind shift and the pressure change from like 12 knots down to 8 knots. So that often changed the positioning very much, because the angle changing in different wind speed. So I think that was every day the most thrilling moment, how you get through that transition zone and out as a leader again.
How satisfying?
It's good. We're missing a long time that the measurer comes to our boat to control and measure and weigh us after the race, because we are the winning boat. So it was a pleasure to do that today. That's
really great, and it was a really neat win for you guys, and it was beginning to set the scene. You were being chased fairly hard by Emirates Team New Zealand, but you had control all the way through, and really showing what you can do. What does it feel like on the boat when you get it right like that?
You get the award for doing right. You're saying the right speed, you're doing the right tactics and strategy, and obviously also the team today did good work, and all the maneuvers, hoisting nicely. We often gained straight after the hoist the necessary half lengths to defend tactically that lead later for the jibe. So
and there you are at the top.
We're at the top there,
exactly
strongly alone at that moment, but there was another race coming.
About to be a change. So we'll go into into race 3, and this was going to be a fairly big change for everybody. It was a terrific sort of change in the conditions, and there was one team managed to master them. Emirates Team New Zealand, here they go. They were 8th in the first race, which is dismal for them. 2nd in the second race, but off the line from the start here in race 3, it was all Emirates Team New Zealand. And again, the left-hand side of the course, Jochen.
Yes, I think for good reason Team New Zealand is the leader of the whole circuit. So I think as soon as the boats are fully powered, they are, as a team with their boat, just a class on their own. They're always gaining the necessary half lengths or lengths and ahead of everyone else. So they're controlling the event and also today's last race.
Well, interestingly though, they were pushed by Matador, and in some ways it was a start to finish around every buoy. They were always leading around every buoy, but I think there were places here where on the second beat, where Emirates Team New Zealand found themselves a bit vulnerable, and in fact on the virtual we did see the Matador there coming back into them. This was the decisive point here, the gate change. Yeah. They went for opposite gates. Emirates Team New Zealand scurried straight back out to the left again, but here we see Matador taking the lead briefly before the normal service resumes. And now, how were you faring in this race?
No, we lost our third place. We could have had a chance for third, but we lost that already on the first upwind, where Synergy actually rolled us with more speed, coming from a little bit from windward and drowning just ahead of us, and we never could catch up with them. And finally actually we got over sprinted by Origin on the last downwind after a driving duel. So just 5th, but that's still good.
But these were the leaders, and wham, over they go, first spot. So they had 8-2-1, and this is the 11 points that they got. Jochen, you with 5-5 and a 1. Matador in 3rd place after these 3 races today. Pretty satisfying for you to be sitting there at the top, realising your potential.
Exactly, our target is to prove that we can be finishing this circuit like we started in Cascais and Marseille, where we were 2nd and 3rd overall. So if we can make it to the podium again, that would be a good final event for us, because in between we slacked down a little bit. We finished last in Barcelona and 9th in Cartagena.
Yeah, well, a great start for you, Jochen, if you're looking for a podium spot. This is the overall season position at the moment. Emirates Team New Zealand, they stretch their lead over Quantum. Matador have made some inroads on Quantum, trying to get a podium position, but the real battle there is going to be between Matador and Team Origin. Matador stretching for a 4-point lead, having only won at the beginning of the day, but it's been Emirates Team New Zealand's day again. One hand on the trophy for the season, and looking pretty solid at the moment at the top after coming back from a dismal start. So congratulations, a really nice day for you, and we look forward to seeing you battling on for the podium later on in this regatta here, the season finale in Cagliari. As you say, that the thing that you want to do is be there on that podium at the end of this week.
Exactly. We're a young team. We want to prove basically that we can step in the footprints of Team New Zealand, which are the leading team in the world. So as closer we are to them or on eye level, that's fantastic for us. Okay,
Jochen Schumann, thanks very much indeed for joining us here on Audi MedCup TV. That wraps up our first day of action here. It's been a very lively day. We thought we were going to get no racing. We got 3 crackers. We've got a very interesting podium. We look forward to bringing you more on Audi MedCup TV tomorrow. Good night for now.
Buonasera.